You alright with that?
Yeah. Oh, I've got half a tank. That should last us till there.
Well, worst case scenario, I can leave you on the coast, and then next weekend I can come back over and bring you a burger or something.
Might be alright.
Well, hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I just thought I would talk a little bit more about the Hypermotard SP suspension issue that I talked, and I say it's an issue, but I talked a little bit about it in the review video that I did, in that for me, and you know, I've got a bit of a nerve issue in my leg and my shoulder, and so I suppose to a degree I'm kind of a little bit vulnerable in some ways when it comes to how comfortable bikes are. You know, people might come out with statements like, you know, you're not buying a bike for comfort, but actually for me, part of what I get is fun, excitement, but also, if I can, not sort of an uncomfortable bike. And, you know, I can't, even though people have kind of made that comment on some Facebook messages that I've put out about it, I just can't see why somebody would actively want an uncomfortable bike. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say that the Hypermotard SP is uncomfortable, but there is something with the suspension for me at my height and my weight, and I've tried to go to two people who are supposedly suspension experts, and they've changed settings on the bike, and you know, it's, as far as I'm concerned, hardly any different whatsoever. Now, I've also looked into the possibility of having it resprung front and rear, and it turns out the spring I need is only available from Sweden, and then apparently Sweden has closed down for 3 weeks and we're not going to get an answer for another 3 weeks and all the rest of it. And so the suspension thing has just become quite literally a complete pain in the arse, really, to try and sort it out on this bike. It is just too firm. It just goes over bumps too harshly, and you can probably see in some of the video footage some of that kind of vibration, some of that whacking that comes up through the bike at times, in this footage now. So how do I overcome this? Well, I'm sort of at a point where I think I've tried nearly every suspension preload and compression and rebound damping setting that everybody has suggested. I'm sure there are other combinations exactly of which I'm not done, but you know, on the whole I've tried a heck of a lot of different suspension settings changes, and I just cannot seem to find something that is compliant enough over bumpy road surfaces and at the same time then would keep a good solid hold and stability in the bends at speed. So I'm just struggling overall to get that combination, to get that balance, to get it to do the things that it needs to do. And I'm seriously thinking now of, in perhaps the next couple of weeks, if I haven't been able to come up with some way, and I've bought a new seat as well. I bought the racing seat for it because somebody said, you know, you can sit further back on it and you can leverage more of the suspension that way. If in the next couple of weeks I haven't come up with an answer, and it's not a bike that I'm finding comfortable to ride, although in every other way this bike is fantastic, it really is the best, the most fun and the most exciting bike I have, I think, ever had, I'm going to have to think about selling it and moving to something different. And I just wanted your thoughts really, for those of you who ride bikes. You know, I've got the BMW S1000R, and I'm thinking about possibly selling both of them and then buying something different as one bike that kind of combines the two a little bit. Now at the minute, the only one that I can think of that maybe will have some of the characteristics of this Hypermotard SP, which has all of the fun, the twin engine sound, the exhaust and all the rest of it, and that kind of, I suppose, classic Ducati kind of branding and look and feel and nice red colour, is possibly another Ducati. But the only thing that I can think of that will give me comfort, that will ride better on the suspension, and perhaps I need to go out and test ride a few bikes, but I'm actually getting more back into the should I be looking at a multi-strada rather than looking at a Hypermotard SP, something that'll give me the ability to either go on longer distance tours but at the same time have a bit of a kind of sporty kick to it as well. I don't know if you've ever been on this journey and you've ever had a Hypermotard SP and you're watching this video and sort of have any views as to whether it would make sense. I don't know if you've test ridden the Multistrada S, I think, which is probably the one that I would be thinking about. I don't know what the suspension's like on that one or what it's like to ride. I've seen some reviews of it and everybody seems to be singing its praises and saying it's a fantastic bike. So I don't know, I'm in a bit of a quandary, and I just wondered what your thoughts were. Would you, in my position, battle on and try and get all this suspension resprung and set up, or would you be also thinking, right, okay, it's a fantastic bike, but for me right now it's not the right bike to keep, and rather than having two bikes, and really I can't justify, if I was to buy another bike of 20 grand or whatever it costs for these multistradas, I couldn't justify having that and keeping the BMW S1000R as well. It just couldn't. So which way would you go, and are there any other bikes that you think would give me that kind of, still that sporty twin kind of feel, and at the same time be comfortable, good on the suspension, and possibly be able to go do a bit of touring with it as well? Interested to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching once again. I really do appreciate you watching these videos, and any thoughts and feedback, please do drop me a comment down below the video. In the meantime, if you ride bikes, ride safely, and if you don't ride bikes, thanks for watching and hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.